I go to multiple businesses and I dance. And before this song came out, I was getting booked. Me and my girls, we were getting booked. And after it was like, okay, we're not booking none of these girls because like if one is burning, then all of the rest of them are.
Are we starting soon, Your Honor?
Yes, we are. All parties ready?
Yes, we're ready.
All right.
Wait, is your client not showing up?
No, because he. Never mind.
Yeah, he emailed me. I already know what he said.
What'd he say?
That he knows he's gonna lose.
Y'all are.
Oh shit! All right, yeah, yeah.
Are you requiring his presence, or can we proceed without him?
We can proceed without him. There's no requirement for his presence.
Let's lock in. Let's lock in.
Excuse me, women.
Are we starting? I was in my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Are you ready to?
What?
Are you ready to take the stand?
Yeah.
Of course I'm
Yeah,
ready.
we can hear you. We
Cool.
can hear you.
I mean, I just have my box.
Good evening, everybody. It is.
Because I work at a warehouse.
All right, plaintiff. Yo, we're starting.
If there's anywhere I could put it in.
You gotta go up there. You the bailiff, nigga. My fault.
Oh, we gotta
Please
go up
introduce
in the front.
themselves.
Ashanti Powers as the plaintiff, Montez Ellison as her counsel.
Can the defense party please introduce themselves? Defense party?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Can you say what you said again? Because I
You can
couldn't
take a
hear
seat
you.
if you want.
Can the
Take a
defense
seat.
party
Kinda
please
low.
introduce themselves?
All right.
My name is Jacques Johnson. I am a defense attorney. My client is Callum Parker.
No problem. All right. Can the prosecution please present their case?
Okay. Can I begin with my opening statement?
Yes, opening statements,
Yeah.
please.
All right, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Your Honor, members of the jury, we want to thank you for your time today. We're here because the defendant made statements against my client, Miss Ashanti Powers, that were false. Not only false, but damaging and deeply hurtful. These statements were not only untrue, but they were also made with malicious intent, leading to significant harm to my client's reputation, emotional well-being, physical well-being, and livelihood. The law protects individuals from harmful statements that can destroy their good name and integrity. My client, entrepreneur herself, has worked hard to build a reputation of trust and respect within the community. It's okay, Ms. Powers. We're gonna get through this.
It'll be okay.
However, the defendant has spread lies that has caused an irreparable damage to her reputation, causing my client to suffer loss of business, distress, emotional harm. As you can see, Your Honor, she is still clearly distraught over these statements. Throughout this trial, we will show the evidence of the false statements, how they were spread, and the real harm they caused my client. You will hear from witnesses, including experts, and see documents that demonstrate the extent of the damage. The law is clear, defamation is wrong, and those who cause harm through the false statements must be held accountable. At the end of the trial, we are confident that you will agree that the justice we require a ruling in favor of my client to restore her good name and make sure this kind of harm is not allowed to continue.
Thank you, counselor. Can the defense please make their opening statement?
Yes. Your Honor, members of the court, we stand today to challenge a defamation claim that at its core cannot proceed because the plaintiff is unable to identify the defendant. A defamation case is based on the foundation's premises that is a specific person is responsible for making a defamatory statement. However, in this case, the plaintiff cannot even tell us who they believe who they believe made the statement. Without this crucial element of the case, the identity of the defendant, we respectfully submit that this case cannot move forward. Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense. That is a big claim. Can I hear from you, prosecution? How did you guys identify who caused the grievance to your client?
So, the defendant released a diss track, and in this diss track, he labeled himself CP, which he is known. Not only did he confirm is himself, but he has stated to others, and others have called him. He has responded to, and his face is in the video. We have the music video. We have the song. The voices match. It's him, Your Honor.
Objection, leading, because you're leading towards who he is. But okay, I'll let you continue.
No. He was finished. Defense. It sounds to me that they had a visual, audio, and proof that your client is who they say he is. What's your rebuttal to that?
Reviewing their evidence, there's no visual. I mean, walking up to somebody saying, "Oh, are you CP?" You could walk up to me and ask me, "Am I CP?" I can say yes. I can say no. I could also be lying. You never know.
I'm in agreement with you, counselor, but the issue is this. They have a music video that matches your client. And it seems as though he made those statements in the music video.
Not only that, Your Honor.
There's no face that you can't in the music video. There's no face that you can see that shows exactly who my client is.
Not only that, Your Honor. We have witnesses here to testify that he has identified himself as CP.
Before we move forward in the case, I'm going to take a look. In the music video itself, the defense is right. He is wearing a ski mask obscuring his face. Without his client himself saying, "Hey, that was me," how can you be sure that's him?
We have witnesses to testify that he has confirmed that it is him.
But your client also said she never seen him a day in her life.
I'm not talking about my client. That's not who my witness is.
Okay, so who is your witness?
My witness is...
Well, if that's the case, just by you asking that question alone, defense, that gives us reason to have a case. If it's enough to ask for you to ask who is your witnesses, that's enough to have a case. That means the case should not be thrown.
He never disclosed that he had witnesses at all.
I did. I told the judge I had witnesses.
Yes, according to my documents, he did state he had witnesses.
Okay.
I will say, well, let's move forward with this case. With that said, I would like for the prosecution to start presenting their case.
Okay.
Before we do that, defense, would you like to have your client involved and move the case to another day?
This is our second continuance. This is our continuance already, Your Honor. This would be a third day we'd have to move to.
I understand, but if the defense was under the assumption that this case will be thrown out and he was unaware of your witnesses, that does change things.
No. The defense actually sent an email that he knew he was going to lose. He's already admitted guilt, by the way. This is just a formality at this point. He is intentionally not here because he knows he's going to lose.
But he admitted guilt because he knew that he wasn't going to be here.
No, he admitted guilt because
without those things being presented in evidence, the court is going to ignore that statement. But I will give you the opportunity if you would like.
Okay, well that will come from my witness as well.
No problem. Defense, would you like to have your client in court today?
I don't know if he can get in today, but I
Would you like to
if
file
I
a
could.
continuance to have your client? My biggest question is, would you like your client in court?
Yes.
Understand, the prosecution made a very good point. If this is already a continuance, we are wasting everyone's time here.
And he's already admitted that he knows he's gonna lose. Like, why we don't need another continuance, Your Honor.
Once again, I'm not going to make that statement admissible in court since it's not in evidence.
Well,
And
it's going to be
I am
presented from my
recognizing that this
witness.
is but then I will recognize that this is a continuance already. I am taking that into account. But the two things the defense have on their side to get more time is that they were unaware of witnesses and they don't have their client.
But if you give me the opportunity to present my witness, we will be able to prove that he's intentionally not here. He's known about his court date. He is intentionally not here.
Defense, I'm going to ask one more time. Do you and your client want to be in court for this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm okay. I'm going to be very clear. If there are any more games, if your client does not show to court or arrives late to court, I may move this already in the favor of the prosecution. I can't afford to have any kind of leniency on another continuation.
Your Honor, a third continuance is not fair to my
It's a
my
third
client.
continuance? I thought this was the first.
This is the second.
This
This
is
will
the
be the
first.
second. We had a court case already, and they were granted a continuance. Now they're asking for a second continuance to give us a third court date.
Got you. Okay. Defense, are you able to make your case without your client?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
So you are okay with court continuing on today then?
I mean, I wanted him here, but I mean, I can present the case without him, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Then I say let's continue. I'm gonna let the prosecution make their case, and we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I begin?
Yes, please.
Thank you. All right, Your Honor. Miss Powers is here seeking damages for the costs totaling loss of business valued at $200,000, loss of business opportunities valued at $50,000. Her medical costs for therapy, she's been in therapy since this has happened, at $4,500. Emotional distress totaling estimate around $100,000. Attorney fees at $120,000 for as well as punitive damages at $4.27 million for a grand total of $4.745 million. Are we going to show evidence in the emails?
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
I would
we
also
should.
like for her to begin speaking in emails as well.
Okay. Are you in the DOJ emails?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, just jump in the courtroom.
Okay, can everyone behind me jump in
Yeah.
the courtroom as
Yeah.
well?
Everybody jump in the courtroom if you want to hear the and see the evidence.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put the DOJ email in the AO. If y'all aren't there.
Send it to me, sister.
All right. Oh wait, hold on. And everybody, bailiff, if you're interested, we're jumping in the PD emails.
Can everyone behind me join the DOJ email, please?
I'm about to say, what PD emails? We jump in
Did I say
DOJ
PD?
emails.
My fault.
Can everyone
DOJ.
behind me jump into the DOJ email so you can hear everything?
I was about to
'Cause you're-
say,
Because you're not gonna hear nothing. You're just gonna sit in silence. I put the DOJ email in the general chat in the fucking D10 email. Go in there.
Are we ready to begin, Your Honor?
From my understanding, yes, well, sorry about that. From my understanding, yes, we are.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to begin by showing the first piece of evidence. I know this might be tough for you, Miss Powers, so if you need to look away, I completely understand. This is going to be the music video where that was shot to begin this whole incident.
Yo, chat to me, bro. What the fuck is...
All right. Can everybody see this?
Yes, I can see.
All right. I'm going to hit play.
Yo, chat to me, bro. What the fuck is the...
Let me know if it pauses for you, too.
Don't come in the piece of this on BT, just get put in the back, broski. Swear down, bro. Shit don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense, bro. No sense, bro.
It's the one and fucking only CP. Too many niggas be coming to the spot, try to cause violence just to get dropped. Talk big but you're not, niggas also block. Don't come to the spot, just get run off the block. Get run off the block, they come back deeper. Put them in a box, class the Green Reapers. Sucked off the block, they cross their sweepers. They getting slugged, we call them the sleepers. 2700 needs to get back. Big shot, need to get back. And slim niggas since we put them in a pack. They put up from the block, but we send them right back. Ashanti, need to get back. Leela, you need to get back. Ashley, stay the fuck away from the shop, cause I heard you hoes like spreading that clap. Ashanti and Leah, Betty told me you bitches out here spreading STDs. You bitches broke keys, but you getting your knees to acquire and snort that white powder. Not surprised from a bitch that's ran through. It's kinda sad, I almost feel bad for you. You spread your legs like butter, not AMG, and your ass still broke with an STD. 2700 needs to get back. Big shot, need to get back. And slim niggas since we put them in a pack. They put up from the block, but we send them right back. Ashanti, stay the fuck back. Leela, stay the fuck back. Stay 10 blocks away, you ain't welcome to stay, cause none of us here tryna catch that clap. Two randos put up to the spot, talking shit. Moving bare hot, so the chain was fake, they lost the plot. Had to put him in a place, the man got dropped. They spun back round, they should've just stopped. Hit him with the 1-2 and his head got rocked. Stomped in his face and his nose got blocked. Spun his jaw so hard, hit the lean and bop. Yo, Scarlet, spin back round if you're on BT, but don't cry and complain if you get put in their tea. I promise no one screaming RIP, cause who the fuck cares about the biggest groupie? How'd you got robbed 2 times in a row? You must be down bad on your funds looking low. Could never be me, I'm not letting that slide. I would've spun back round if I fear that guys. Yo, Scarlet, you need to get back. LJ, you need to get back. Them 2 randos we put in that pack. Still waiting for you spin and get your get back. Ashanti, don't come back. Leela, don't come back. We don't want your disease, you should be quarantined to the find a way to cure your STD.
You need to leave. Mom's a star. That's
Screen got paused.
Did you get any of that?
Yes, we got most of it.
Okay. And now at this point, it's just fading out.
No problem.
But yeah, we see the claims made against my client, which again, 100% false. I also want to make I want you to understand, Mr. Parker is employed at Pizza This, where we can see his video was shot. Let me see what else we have. So our next piece of evidence will be...
Are you speculating where he works, and how do you know that that's Mr. Parker?
We'll get to that part. And no, I'm not speculating.
You are, because his face is concealed, right or wrong.
I'm saying Mr. Parker works there.
Concealed. How do you know that Mr. Parker works there?
Because I know the owners, and we went up there to find him at work. But let me So again, he is claiming that my client is infected with STDs, which we can see here by proof. This has gotten so bad that she had to go down to the hospital. And can you see this, Your Honor?
No, I cannot see any new evidence you just presented.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. How about now?
Yes, it looks like I'm looking at a test.
Yes. So this has gotten so bad to the point where Miss Powers had to go down to the pill box, pay out of her own pocket to get a blood test. As we can see on, where's the date? The 13th of January. She went down there, got her blood drawn and her test results back. And as we can see, everything comes back negative. Can we see that?
Yes, we can, counselor.
Okay, perfect. I want to move.
I do have a question about the evidence submitted.
Okay.
What exactly happened that your client felt to need to get a test done?
Well, we wanted to just make a stronger case, one, and two, the public, the court of public opinion was just so detrimental to her. She felt the need to prove herself, because once the song came out, there's hundreds of views on this song on YouTube, Your Honor. Like it's spreading like wildfire. And she just felt the need to go and prove that this is not true. She knows it's not true. Everybody around her knows it's not true. I'm not sure what Mr. Parker's issue was with her, and he felt the need to do this because, like she said, she'd never met this man before. So why did he feel the need to attack her like this? So the song has gained popularity in the city, and she just felt the need. She had to prove herself. She didn't have to, but that's what the constant harassment has brought her to feel like.
Thank you. I'm in complete understanding. Thank you. Please
So
continue.
yeah, okay. And my next piece of evidence.
You may want to stop showing evidence and re-show.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's gonna have to happen. My next piece of evidence. So not only, not only did she go down to get blood work done, this has been, actually, before we move on to that part, I want to show the report from the doctor that had performed this on her. Can we see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is a summary of the day in question where she went down and she got the work done. Dr. Malik Brown and Hugo Brown performed this on her. Is this paused? Can you still see this?
It is paused. Yes, it is paused, counselor.
Yeah, I don't know why this. I'm not sure why this is doing this.
But even so.
But here it is a summary of it. It says patient visit details. The patient presented for an STI screening to address concerns that she had from her peers. Full panel of test results conducted, including blood work and urine analysis. Patient was cooperative throughout the process. They performed a blood draw for HIV, syphilis, hepatitis B, herpes testing, urine sample collection for chlamydia and gonorrhea. Patient tested negative for all results. No evidence of sexually transmitted infections detected. These are results from the doctor that we gained from her visit on January 13th. And let's see. I think we have one more. No. Yeah, we have one more piece of evidence to show. So not only did she go and feel the need to get blood work done, again, the harassment was just so constant and so brutal that she felt the need to go seek therapy. Felt the need to go seek therapy. Let me see.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Give me one moment. I would like to say. Oh,
What happened?
I would like to ask. I would like to ask a question first. How much did she pay for therapy?
Therapy was $4,500.
Do we know this?
Yes, it's in the notes. I think I have a receipt actually.
I do. You're right. There is no evidence and discovery on her receipts from therapy.
Okay. Okay, well we have the summary from the doctor. Hold on.
Any type of business proposal.
Can we see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is just a summary from Dr. Tito Della Rose, and he was the one who performed her session, and he describes the session. I don't know if you want to read this or have me read it, or we can just kind of get to his notes on the session. I think kind of summarizes all of that.
I would ask everyone in the court to read this evidence on their own.
Got it. Okay, so I'll just get to the notes where he says he senses that the patient is suffering from a heavy case of depression due to the situation. I would like to see about a prescription for antidepressants as well as melatonin for sleep deprivation. They had a long talk to try to help them figure out solutions to help them calm down. Do we have any questions about the evidence before I bring up my first witness?
I do.
Yes. Did your client pay for for the therapy?
She did.
Do we have monetization on that?
You said I'm sure there's we can get a receipt. I thought that's my
disclosed the evidence, right?
That's my fault for not making sure that was in evidence.
Also, can I ask a question, Montez?
You can't ask me a question directly. I'm not on stand.
You may ask a question to the court.
Okay. So this video that we watch happened 10 days ago, right?
From what I understand, yes.
Okay, if that happened 10 days ago, his little evidence happened on January 13th, which is 13 days before anything was even taking place.
No, I think you're thinking of something else because this video, let me see when the video was published.
10 days ago.
Okay, if the video was 10 days ago, what happened 13 days ago, Counselor Johnson? Which piece of evidence are you saying happened 13 days ago?
Her test results was on January 13th of 2025.
Yo, chat
which was before anything even happened. So
I would like to say that having a test done before the incident doesn't really exclude it from evidence.
No, he said it was because she went to go get the test because
I understand where you're going with this, counselor.
Wait. I'm confused on what we're talking about here. Because
So
this says the 29th, which is after that dropped.
What are you talking about?
This.
Please go to the evidence of her test results, please.
Oh.
You said she went to get test results because of the video. The video took place on the 26th. This test results is on the 13th.
Hold on, wait. Let me pull this up. Okay. Test results.
So what he's speaking on is when the physician spoke on her visit for the STIs, it was before the video.
Okay, it appears so.
And it was collected and reported before the video. So I guess what the defense is the defense is trying to make is getting the test was not the result of the video.
Well, this was to prove that it was false. That's what the test was for.
And I am in agreement with that, but I think what the defense is saying is that he's trying to prove that it wasn't due to the video that this test was taken.
No, this is just proof that she is negative. That's what it's for.
It was said earlier. I think he wants the court to know, like, oh, sorry about that. Go ahead, defense.
But you told us that she went to go get those test results because of the video.
Well, no. I was talking about presenting them. She went to go get, like, she didn't. Obviously, she got this. The data's on here.
No, but that's not what you said. That's not what came out your mouth. What came out your mouth is because of the video, she went to go get these test results, and everything else followed behind it.
No, she didn't get the work done on that day. She went to go get her results, like get the results. She gets regular testing done every day.
Okay, so this was
not every day, but frequently.
So where's the most recent one?
She has it on her my chart, but we couldn't get the my chart, so we had to get this one.
So like you said, this one, you said she went to go get test results because of this video.
Yes, we can't get the my chart proof. We had to get the paper one.
How do I know that she went?
All right, order in the court. What the court recognizes is that your client does have a test proving that she did not have STDs around the time the video was shot.
Correct.
But this cannot be used to be proven that your client got the test because of the video.
Okay, but it can I get that part, but it can still prove that the statements are false.
That is correct. All I'm stating is that's the argument between both counselors.
Understood.
I want the court record to show that that's what the facts are.
Understood.
Well, not really at the time because we need most recent test results because a lot of days have passed before anything. We don't know Miss Powers.
So you're claiming that my client does have STDs?
No, what I'm claiming is those test results can be incorrect.
No, they cannot be incorrect.
No. Order in the court. What this proves is on the 13th, your client was STD free.
Correct.
Can we agree to that, counselors?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to move on from there.
And
prosecution, please continue your case. Is that all your evidence you want to present?
Yes. After we left off, do we remember the therapy session? That's where we we're ending.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
That's all I have for evidence. I would, if nothing further here, because the defense didn't submit any discovery, we can move on to witness statements.
No, before we do that, briefly, we did give you enough time to talk, and I do recognize the defense does not have evidence in discovery.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like Counselor Johnson has some things to say about the discovery. I would like to allow him that time.
Okay. Hello? Oh, shit. Hold on. I gotta reset my shit. Hold on.
That what happened on what day?
Did anybody order pizza?
Oh, hold on, Your Honor. I'm having issues. Give me a second.
Nope. I have some. Somebody ordered it and I brought it to the DOJ.
Okay, I need some.
Hey, you wanna meet? Are you in the second floor or the top? The first floor?
Money. That's what it seems like to me. It just seems like a little money grab.
Okay.
Then he said that it was Mr. Callum inside. Then he said it
can
was
we, Can we start over? Right when you started, there was an issue.
Wait,
Allow me to summarize really quickly.
Okay.
What he's stating is that your client is no proof that she went to go see a therapist due to the video. She could very well been doing it for a money grab.
No, that's in the summary of the therapist. They were there because of that. Those dates match up. That was on the 29th, which was
which is
3 days after. Exactly.
But it seems like a money grab because she don't even know who it is.
Who is? We do know who it is.
How do you know who it is? That's the thing.
How do we
That's
know
what
who
I'm trying to-
CP is?
Yes, because if you look at it, just because you see somebody, you could see me or you at Burger Shot, at Pizza This, right? And say, "Do you work there?" They don't have to say yes or no.
No, but when you show up there and you've been serviced by them many times, yeah, and multiple people have been serviced by them many times. Hold on, I'm answering your question. And when we go up there to serve him, and the workers call him, and he shows up, yes.
Where are you?
And we know the owners. We've asked the owners. They've all confirmed this.
So you ask Miss Soul,
Mr. Cash,
Who's the owner?
Mr. G's, and
Sorry, counselors.
Santana.
I don't mean to remind you guys of court etiquette, but please refrain from referring to each other in court.
I apologize.
It is the best way to keep order.
But okay, I was
But
also
with that
in
said,
response to what
let's
you're
let-
saying. The therapy was in response to the video, direct response to the video.
Okay.
And it's in the summary
So-
from Dr. Delarose.
Yes, right. But you also claim that it is Mr. Callum Parker. Just because you see somebody in a video, just because you see somebody in a video doesn't mean that it's directly them. Unless you have some type of voice recognition, you hired somebody that's certified in voice recognition, face recognition. How do you know that it's actually Mr. Callum Parker?
I'm sorry, Counselor Johnson. Are you trying to say that the person dancing in the video is not the performing artist in the video?
Yes.
Please continue.
Because I seen multiple, from like talking to a lot of people, I seen a lot of people put other people in videos, in music videos that's not actually them. And then somebody can say, "Oh, this is this person." I have no evidence showing that this is actually my client.
Can I respond, Your Honor?
I would like for Counselor Johnson to finish his case with the evidence. And then
Okay.
you may respond.
Okay.
Oh, that's it, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may have a moment to respond, Counselor Ellis, but then please move on to your witnesses.
I will. I just want to state, we're not here talking about the performer in the video. We're here talking about the actual artist who recorded and released this track under his nickname that he has identified as himself, responded to by everybody else, and is his contact name in his phone. I think Mr. Johnson is failing to understand. We don't need to nail him with the smoking gun. We just need to provide enough evidence to prove our case. And that's what we're here to do today.
Before you move on, I have a couple questions.
Okay. For me or for him?
No, for you. Are
Okay.
you saying that the performing artist put their name next to the song title?
Yes.
And that name was CP?
Yes.
And you would like to prove that CP, the person who wrote their name next to the song, is also the person in the video.
I don't think the person in the video is relevant. Like
Thank
he
you.
said, you can use anybody in the video, but the song was written, produced, released by Mr. Parker.
Right. But how do you know
Or-
that it's Mr. Parker?
Let
You
me reword that.
you-
Was
you reframe it? You keep saying that it's Callum Parker. It says CP.
right.
The contact for Callum, for my client is Callum, not CP or anything like that.
Okay. Like I said, I have witnesses here to testify the opposite.
Okay. We're gonna move on. Please present your witnesses.
Okay. I want to bring Miss Powers up to the stand. Are you ready?
Miss Powers, are you okay to take the stand today?
Yes. I'm gonna try to keep my composure and everything.
Do we want to do this here or do we want to go back?
What do you mean by go back?
Do we want to do this in the city or do we want to continue to do this in the emails, the witness testimony?
We can do both. It's up to you.
I mean, there's people present who I believe aren't in the city, so. All right.
You may now begin examining your witness.
Do you want to swear her in, bailiff?
Oh yeah. Raise your right hand, miss. And yeah, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I swear.
All right. Go ahead and take a seat.
Miss Powers, how are you today?
I could barely get out of bed today.
I know it's been rough for you. We're here to fix that for you. For the record, could you just please state your first and last name?
Okay. My first name is Ashanti and my last name is Powers.
Thank you. Miss Powers, can you describe your reputation before the defendant made these remarks against you?
The city. I go to multiple businesses and I dance. And before this song came out, I was getting booked. Me and my girls, we were getting booked. And after it was like, okay, we're not booking none of these girls because like if one is burning, then all of the rest of them are.
That's the stigma that the city would have. Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it was just all the rumors and everything. We weren't getting booked as much. Some people that I gave lap dances to in the past, they've seen me on the streets and I have gotten beat up and things because he probably thought like, oh, you danced on me and you had fucking syphilis, bitch. And it's just unnecessary rumors, and I've had to deal with the consequences, the constant backlash and cyberbullying. I am a known person on Birdie and Instapic, and it's just a simple fact that I've lost so many followers because they thought that I was burning.
I'm sorry to
They
hear
thought I
that.
was burning, and they thought I was just out here just like willingly giving out STDs and stuff and dancing on people with gonorrhea and green juice falling out of my pussy.
Oh, okay.
And it's just not even that. I'm just so confused. People have beat me up and posted me on Birdie.
As a result
And I
of
sent
this.
that. Yeah, I sent that to my lawyer, Montez. I've had to deal with all the consequences and stuff, and it's just not fair over a person that I've never met.
Understood. Why do you think Mr. Parker made these false allegations against you?
Well, I would like to say I don't know because I've never met him, and maybe it's because he probably wanted clout. You go on Birdie, I do have almost 100,000 followers.
Impressive.
So it's just like, what people do,
They
when
hate on you.
they want clout, they want
sure.
clout.
For sure.
And that's literally, I feel like all it is. He wanted clout. He saw, a woman that got famous off of dancing. And he just wanted to diminish her image.
No. You'll have your chance to cross.
I'm talking to you.
Oh, no.
Can you stop saying CP is Callum Parker?
Can I continue, Your Honor?
Ooh, I'm about to die.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
What? Oh.
Can you hear me, Your Honor? I'm gonna continue. Miss Powers, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Miss Powers, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. For the record, we know the answer, but just for the record, are these statements made against you, are they true?
No.
Did you ever have an opportunity to correct or challenge these statements before it was posted and caused harm to you?
What do you mean?
Did you ever have a chance to speak with Mr. Parker about these statements that he was going to make or put in his song and challenge them and let him know, you know, they're not true, you shouldn't do this? Did you ever have any?
No. Like, I mean, he obviously knows me and I don't know him, and I have posted my results on Birdie, so he should have saw them. And back to when I was listening to the other to the fence behind you, back when I was listening to him, he said that the results were posted so long ago. Yeah, they were posted before he made the fucking song. And if you follow me on Birdie and you know me and I don't know you, you would have saw that. And you still posted that fucking weak ass diss track. He's hard-headed, he's malicious, and he ruined my life.
Okay. I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this. Just a few more questions and you'll be able to get down from here. Were there any facts or evidence that could have been known or should have been known to verify before he made these statements?
Repeat yourself, I'm sorry.
So pretty much what I'm saying is, was there anything out there in the world that he could prove that would make him think that these statements might be true?
No, literally, bro, I've been dating my boyfriend, the boy back there with the fucking pink dreads. I've been dating him for a long ass time before I started dancing. I've always had a man. I've never had sex with anyone else but him. I swear to God. I've never done anything sexually with anyone else but him. If I'm not even finna say that, but I'm not burning. He's not burning. So who the fuck is burning? I've never done nothing sexual with no one else.
Understood.
I swear to God.
I believe
there's
you.
Nothing that he can take and say, oh, what? She's burning. No, because I dance. Because I'm not even gonna say. Oh, I'm gonna relax. I'm getting mad all over again. I'm so close to crawling up into a ball and crying on the floor.
Okay. One last question, and I'll let you get down from here. In your opinion, how would your reputation have been affected had the defendant not made these statements?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
How would your reputation have been had these statements not been made against you?
Oh, you know, probably wouldn't have got beaten up and posted on Birdie. You know, probably will be booked a little bit more. You know.
So still in good standing with the community of Los Santos.
Yeah, I would still be taking showers. Yeah, my life would been great.
Still be normal, thriving, continuing success for a black woman in Los Santos.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Powers, I understand you're in distress, but normal court proceedings allows for the opposing counsel to cross-examine. Are you ready to be cross-examined?
Yeah.
Good morning.
You got this.
Good morning, Ashanti. I like to ask a few questions.
Can you stop calling me Ashanti?
What is your name?
Miss Powers. Miss Powers. That's my name.
Powers. Can you please tell the court who specifically made the defamatory statement you are referring to in this case?
Hold on. So we listened to who the fuck is stabbing someone? So we've listened to it. The boy said in the beginning of his diss track, it's the biggest CP, the biggest pizza this. Yeah, the nigga that works at pizza this named CP. That's who did that, okay? He said it in the song.
Okay. So we're just going off initials, okay. You're claiming that a defamatory statement was made about you. Do you know the name and identity of the individual who made that statement?
Yes, CP, aka Kaylin Parker. I used to work there, and my homegirl works there too. We know, like, come on. She knows Kaylin Parker. I just never met him in real life. I never seen him.
Okay.
But he for sure works there.
You are suing based on a defamatory statement, correct?
Yes.
But but was the statement that you did that you don't know the identity of the person who made it? How can you be certain that the statement was actually made by the person you accuse?
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered. He has asked 3 different times about the identity, and she has confirmed.
Okay, let's do this. How can you be certain
Wait. It's sustained. Please reward your question.
How can you be certain that the statement was actually made by the person you accuse?
That's the same question.
No, that's not.
Okay, let me just
hold on, Miss
answer it.
Powers. Hold on. I'm objecting as
Not the
well.
same
That's
question.
the same question, Your Honor.
Where are we going with this, Counselor Johnson? I do agree with Counselor Ellis when he says that you've asked the question in different ways. What are you trying to get from this situation?
I'm trying to figure out how can she claim that the statement was originated from my client?
And she's answered.
I will say it
Hold
again.
on.
but
No.
slower. Okay.
Go ahead, Judge.
Yeah.
She's answered
She has
this.
answered the question. I will allow you to only ask the question one more time. And no matter what the answer is, it will have to be satisfactory. Please continue, Counselor Johnson.
Could the statement in question be made by someone other than the person you believe to be the defendant?
No. Your defendant,
Oh shit.
your client,
His name
made dumb claims. Okay. Now.
Any more
moving
questions?
forward.
Any more questions?
Wait. Let him finish.
CP
going.
and Kevin Parker are two different people.
No, they're not. Like, why are
How do
you?
you-
doing
how
that?
do you-
Objection. Argumentative.
Sustain. Please refrain from arguing with the person on the stand.
All right, so let me say this.
Hold on. Let him ask
hear
a
you.
question.
All right, keep going.
You a little hungry?
Hello?
Counselor Johnson.
Yeah.
Bailiff, not you.
Yo.
That's not
Yo.
the bailiff.
Oh.
Sitting?
Okay, you
can't-
can't sit up here. You need to
Oh,
go
I-
to the audience, please.
Oh, okay. My fault. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay. Can you point
While
to
we're
a-
waiting on him, you guys have something to eat?
Yeah,
Rock and
can y'all
roll?
not hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go
Yeah, we
ahead.
hear you.
Oh, I'm about to say because I thought I was talking.
Judges are trying to get
Can
some
you-
food. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you point to a specific incident where your reputation has harmed as a result of the statement? Or was harmed?
Thank you.
This was answered already as well, Your Honor.
Not for me. Not by,
Okay.
Not for my answer.
Well, if the judge will allow it, then.
Yeah, I will allow it.
Okay, can you repeat yourself then? Hello?
My bad.
Yeah, can
bad.
you repeat yourself?
Can you point to any specific incident where your reputation was harmed as a result of the statement?
Yes, I can. So basically, I'd sent some evidence to my lawyer. I've been beaten up in public, seen at parties, beaten up, and it's been posted on Birdie. I have lost Birdie followers. And yeah. So I think I already said that. And then because of that, I
But
had
the
to go
thing is
through
that
therapy.
I asked that because I haven't seen any receipts of that.
Okay,
Relevance.
well, you should have. I already sent that evidence to my lawyer, so then that's a personal problem.
Any other questions, Mr. Johnson?
I'm sorry, counselor. I'll say one more time. Please refrain from referring to your opposing counsel.
I'm sorry. He's just kind of being argumentative. I apologize.
But with that said, Counselor Johnson, please don't have us just waiting idle. Any further questions?
No, I don't know further questions.
Thank you.
Good
This
job,
time I'll
Ashanti.
allow Miss Powers to be removed from the stand. Any other witnesses or evidence you would like to present?
Yes, I have one more witness, and that is Miss Shanae Delarose.
Miss Shanae Delarose, may you please take the stand?
You raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, take a seat.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. May I begin, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Miss Delarose, how are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you state your full name and your occupation for the court?
My name is Shade Rose, and I work for the DOJ as a paralegal.
On January 31st, 2025, you were given a task. Can you tell the court what that task was?
I was given the task to hand Mr. Callum Parker the papers for the defamation case. It was a summons.
Where was the first place you went to look for Mr. Parker?
The first place I went to was Pizza This. I spoke to some of his co-workers, and then
Hold on.
first I did say,
why did you go to Pizza This first?
because I'm aware that Mr. Parker works at Pizza This.
How are you
On top
aware
of that,
this?
I have family members that work in Pizza This, and beforehand as well, before I went there, I contacted someone that works there and was like, do you have CP's number? And she's like, Callum? And like, yeah, can you send it me, please? And then I gave him a phone call. He wasn't awake.
Got it. So when you went there, you asked them for Callum's number, and they confirmed CP was the nickname.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like later on in the day, I went back. One of his co-workers called him, and he was going to come to Pizza This to meet me, but he took too long.
Got it. So after you couldn't get in touch with him, what happened after that? How did you find him?
I went for an interview in Polito at a mechanic place, and I saw him there.
Okay. And then how did you know it was him?
Because his friends were calling him CP. I went over there to talk to him. I went over to like I was trying to get with him. Just to confirm, I knew it was exactly him.
Did you exchange numbers with him? Because you said you didn't have his number prior.
Yes, I did exchange numbers, and his contact number is saved as CP.
So when he sent you his phone number, the contact that came in, what was the name on it?
EP.
And you said that the colleagues around him had addressed him, and he had responded to this name as well, correct?
Yeah, and then as soon as I figured that out, that's when I handed him the papers.
Got it. Do you and you also stated earlier prior to court that you received an interesting email from Mr. Parker. What did that email state?
The email stated that he knows he's lost the case.
Did he give a reason why?
Give me a second, let me check. He basically said that his lawyer said that him fighting it is a waste of time.
Oh, got it. Well, that's news to me. And lastly, oh fuck. I lost it. I think I lost it. But for now, I have no more questions.
You may now cross-examine the witness.
Okay. Miss Shanae or Miss Della Rose, whichever you choose to go by. So, why was your first stop Pizza This, other than you knew family members there?
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Because
She's answering it though.
Yeah, I just asked the same question.
She was just answering it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm objecting, asked and answered.
Overruled on the grounds that because you asked the question doesn't mean that the opposing counsel can ask the same question.
Understood.
But you left me for that man.
Please continue, Counselor Johnson.
Okay. Miss Della Rose, what made you go directly to Pizza This for Mr. CP?
Because of people telling me who he is, and I met him previously before in there.
Okay, and what was he doing while you was there when you met him?
He was working.
Okay. So when you got the notice that his name was Callum, right? When you got the notice that his name was Callum, did you not question that there could be another person named CP?
Of course I questioned it. That's why I went to so much measures to make sure I found the right person.
You just say after you saw him one time, got his phone number from somebody that worked at Pizza This, that you assumed that it was Callum
Argumentative, Your Honor.
Sustained. Please rephrase your question to actually be a question. You're making a statement to the witness.
Okay. So, when you started talking to Mr. CP, why did you choose that CP other than any other?
There are no other CPs that work there.
There is.
Argumentative.
I know that's a lie.
Argumentative.
Sustained. If you're going to make a statement, Counselor Johnson, please refer to the court and not the witness. The witness is here to answer your questions, not to be badgered. Please continue. Counselor Johnson? Hello?
No further questions, Your Honor.
No. Just so you know, that same statement you made is allowed, just not to the witness. But if there's no further questions, the witness may step down from the stand. Counselor Ellison, if you don't have any more statements or witnesses, or do you have any more statements, witnesses, or evidence to present to the court?
I do not. Just my closing statement.
Well, no, before we do closing statements, I would like to give the defense a chance to provide anything to the court. Before we move on to closing statements. Counselor Johnson, do you have any statements to make to the court before closing statements?
Yes, Your Honor. I feel like, Miss, I feel like that although one person is referred to themselves as CP, there's multiple other people in the city named CP that also work at Pizza This. I spoke to them multiple times, even with one of the owners, Miss So. So with them just going strictly for Callum Parker, it seems like they're directing their focus or just a money grab for just to talk to him or get any type of monetary from out of him. That's it, Your Honor. So, but
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Ellison, I need some information from you before we begin closing statements. Is that okay?
Of course.
What kind of monetization is your client looking for?
What do you mean what kind? Like, money. I said a judgment. I don't cash. What do you? I don't know what you mean.
I'm sorry. I know she's looking for money as compensation. Now you got me saying things wrong.
Compensation.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I know she's looking for that.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is the amounts and the figures. For what exactly?
Damn it! I just closed that list out. Give me 1 second. So you want me to break it down again? I said this at the top. Maybe you missed it.
Yes. No, I did miss it, and I did hear you say at the top, and I wrote down most of the things you've said.
Okay.
It's the case just brought more things to attention, so I want to be sure to know exactly what you said. But please continue.
So you just want me to list it out again?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Loss of business revenue estimated at $200,000. Loss of business opportunities estimated at $50,000. Medical costs, therapy session was $4,500. Emotional distress totaling $100,000. Attorney.
Okay, stop there. Stop there, please. You can begin after medical again.
Medical. Emotional distress, $100,000 estimated. Attorney fees, $120,000.
Stop there, counselor.
What is so funny?
Please continue.
Punitive damages, totaling $4,270,000. For a grand total of $4,745,000.
Just so I'm clear, counselor, I have revenue, potential revenue, medical, emotional damage, attorney fees, and punitive damages.
Correct.
What exactly do the punitive damages entail?
The punitive damages, and this is the best way to describe it. It's to set a standard for everybody to know that this is what comes with these type of incidents. So punitive is described, how do I say, like for lack of better terms, like a scare tactic. In the state of California, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, continue. I'm fully aware what the definition of the word is. I just want to know how you describe it for this case.
Like, how did I come to this number?
Yes, for this case.
For this case, so in the state of California, like I said, you can take your total in damages, and you have the choice between a 1 and a 9 times multiplier. Because this damage was so severe, not only mentally, emotionally, but also physically, financially, we decided to pursue the max and the 9 times multiplier. So with our total, hold on, let me pull this back up. With before the punitive, we had total estimated at $474,500. With that 9 times multiplier is where we get it up.
Thank you. I'm fully understanding what case you're presenting. You may now begin your closing statements.
Thank you, Your Honor. Here we go. Your Honor and members of the jury, thank you for your careful attention throughout this trial. We have presented clear and compelling evidence that the defendant made these false statements about my client, Miss Powers, which have caused significant harm to her reputation, emotional well-being, and livelihood. Not only has he confirmed that he is CP, he has been seen promoting this song around the city, handing it to anyone who will listen to it. Miss Powers has walked into establishments like Pizza This, where he was, where it was playing, and the voices. Well, we didn't get to hear his voice, but the voices match as well. You have heard directly from the plaintiff herself, who explained how these defamatory statements were made and how they affected her life. You have seen evidence of the damages done to my client's professional standings and personal relationships. My client's once strong reputation has been seriously tarnished by these false statements. We've also shown that the defendant did not act out in any concern for the truth. The statements made were not only false, but they were made with disregard for their potential harm. The defendant, well, we didn't get his testimony, but Miss Powers has stated that he didn't attempt to verify any of this information before sharing it, and did nothing to correct the record, even after the harm became evident. It is clear that the defendant acted recklessly, and in some cases with outright malice. The law protects individuals from this kind of harm caused by false and defamatory statements. It is not enough to simply apologize at this point, because the damage is done. The harm to my client's reputation cannot be undone,
What you guys
and
doing,
we must
man?
hold.
I need to do something. I'm
And we must.
bored.
I'm sorry.
Working at the pizza shop right now.
Somebody is screaming in my ear. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
The
no
law.
problem.
Yeah, the law protects from the kind of harm caused by the false and defamatory statements. It's not enough to simply apologize because the damage is already done. The harm to my client's reputation cannot be undone, and we must hold the defendant accountable and set a standard for these types of things moving forward. People should be held accountable for their actions. We ask you to find in favor of my client, Ms. Ashanti Powers, and to award the appropriate damages that reflect the harm caused by these defamatory statements. Justice demands that those who made reckless and or false statements must be held accountable for the damage they cause. Thank you for your time, your careful consideration, and your commitment to ensuring that justice is served.
Thank you, Counselor Ellison. Counselor Johnson, you may please make your closing remarks. Counselor Johnson, defense, please make your closing statements.
This guy gotta get a fucking grip, man.
I will allow exactly 30 seconds for you to make your. Oh, there you go.
I'm about to say, my bad. I was getting something to eat. Your Honor and esteemed members of the court, we will respect the court's decision. We ask that you take a moment to consider the full content of this case as we move forward to determine the appropriate remedies and consequences for my client. First, we acknowledge that A finding of defamation is a serious matter. We understand importance in protecting individuals from false statements that harm their reputation. My client deeply regrets any harm that may have been caused. However, I am asking to remember that the intent and motive behind the statement were not rooted in malice or desire to harm the plaintiff. This was not a case of deliberate, calculated defamation intended to destroy the plaintiff's reputation or livelihood. We do not dispute that a statement was made that may have caused harm, but my client did not have the intent to defame or to destroy the plaintiff's reputation. At most, this was a case of negligence or poor judgment, not malice. My client did not act with any ill will towards the plaintiff. The contents is important as it speaks to a severity of the damage caused and the appropriate level of punishment. That's it, my honor.
Thank you, counselor.
And can I just say, Your Honor, that sounded like an admittance of guilt. Just saying.
You have made your closing statements, but I do appreciate. I'm gonna let it go. Normally, I have a brief recess. Oh, sorry about that, Counselor Johnson. You have something you want to say?
I think he was eating.
No problem. Normally, I take a brief recess. I write down my statements, and I give the court a lesson. And I teach both sides in ways that they failed the court or did a great job in court. Not this time. This time I will give my ruling, and I'll give the reasons why. I would like to first say, in this case, I do feel bad for Ms. Powers. Someone's profession does not equal a bad reputation of having things like STDs. Regardless of her profession, she does not deserve to be accused of such things.
He's making me nervous.
I would also like to say that the prosecution did fail to prove with evidence monetization that was lost. I would have liked to see receipts for from what she lost from her business and what she spent during her time of being in pain. I would also like to state that the defense wants to keep proving that CP does not equal Alan Parker. But at every turn, I think that the prosecution made a good case that it is that person. So because of that, I will be awarding her revenue loss, potential loss, medical bills, attorney fees, and emotional damage. I listened to the prosecution statement, and he mentioned something I wanted to mention: malice. Most times when I issue punitive damages, you have to show malice or ill practice. I didn't necessarily see the malice in. So, to defame her, like the defense tried to make, it was not deliberate defame. I disagree. He deliberately tried to defame her. That was the point of the record. But he was not malice in the cause and effect of what the defamation would do. So I don't believe it was malice. With that said, I award the full, let's write that all down.
All right.
We have $200K for the revenue loss. 120 for attorney fees. 100K for emotional distress. We have potential revenue loss. And then we have the medical bills. So I award the verdict of $474,500 to the plaintiff. You guys failed to prove the maliceness. That is the end of my judgment. Court is adjourned. Can the attorneys meet me in the arraignment courtroom?
Get paid real quick.
Yeah, we gotta get paid. Hold on.
What you say?
Give a man's.
I need the attorneys to meet me in the arraignment courtroom when court is over.
How much are you?
Man. Little 10 bands, little 10 bands.
10 pounds is very excessive, but fine.
Nah, you know I fuck with you, bro. Mr. DOJ, you know that.
Yeah, we said 3 for an hour, and you've been here for an hour and a half.
You know, holidays, man, holidays.
Yeah, I know.
Diapers and shit.
Nah, bro, real quick. You know what you could have easily proved, bro?
Send me a
Artistic
dot.
expression.
Send me a dot.
I got you, bro.
Bro,
got that?
you could get rid of
Yeah, good
all
looking,
of that.
bro. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I mean, I guess you can call it a win.
I mean, you guys getting paid.
Yeah. Is this you?
All right.
No, artistic expression can't be hit with defame. Oh shit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't you prove artistic?
Yeah, I'm about to get cussed.
Huh?
No, I'm talking about bullshit.
Alright, got you.
Wait, Layla.
After all you've been through, that's all
Hold
they're
on.
offering you?
See, when I looked it up, when I was looking at it, and
I'm sorry about that.
it goes
This
under
judge is a
death
little
row.
Did he not show malice?
I don't know. I don't
No,
know
he
how
definitely did, but like,
His
attorney-
attorney
better than nothing, right?
just admitted guilt.
I
yeah,
hear
like
you.
he did do that.
I hear
and
you.
She was
Can I say
physically
something?
harmed for this shit.
It's because she's a woman.
They say that
and it's
I
not even just
swear.
that part, it's the part of she
But if
has
you
been
look- if you
continued to
look in
be
that- 'cause
assaulted
when
physically, mentally,
I was
emotionally, and
looking
he's
at
done
the stuff
he's made
in
no
California,
effort to
'cause
correct
first
it.
off, I was
He
looking at
could have
stuff
at
in
least
Virginia,
took it down,
in
knowing that
Virginia,
he was being
if you
sued.
try
You
to
were
use
All of
fucking
that.
served 5 days ago.
Exactly.
You didn't
He
care
admitted
about
he knew he was gonna
anything.
lose. He knew
it gotta
he
be, like,
this nigga
That
admitted
alone
that
is
way
maliciousness.
that's
No,
You didn't
why
even
would you
show
crazy
us. You don't
statement?
even
That's not
care
the
that you
admitted,
did
that is
he
anything.
admitted
wild.
that he was gonna lose.
But in
Yeah.
California,
Like that don't make
So,
no
like,
sense, bro.
I don't get it either.
Like I'm confused. Is him not showing up alone like maliceness? He doesn't care.
I was gonna
It really
say that
shows
wasn't-
that you don't care.
And that's what I
Like
tried
he didn't
to
take it down and he didn't show up.
out of court.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm confused. Is the, like, can we get like an appeal or something? Like, come on, it's literally in the judge's face. He didn't show up. He
Yeah.
didn't take it down.
Yeah, let me he's trying to pull me into talk about it and I'm gonna discuss that part with him. And
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
we'll
already
get
know.
I don't
a
even
fix.
want the money. I don't.
How come you didn't argue the whole artistic expression?
Well, okay, we so what do you
And
want?
then the other fucking
Because in
lawyers
California,
talking about,
they still
oh, I
gonna
have
rule it
witnesses
in
saying that
favor
he's not the
of
only CP that
plaintiff.
works there. He was not prepared at all. And he also had 5 days.
No,
For
he
sure.
was lying. I know he was lying. I did so much to
Which
find the
they
right
didn't
person.
even know.
Not only that, but he already admitted guilt by saying that he was gonna lose.
Which I didn't even know that whatchamacallit was even.
Let me
I
go
don't
jump in here.
understand,
I'll
like-
contact you in a little
He
bit.
don't. The only witness that he had
I
was
understand if you
whatchamacallit
didn't give the whole.
was Ashanti.
Yeah, you didn't know he was gonna bring his paralegal to it.
Yeah, which
But his paralegal
Okay.
issued a summons to him. Which issuing a summons And then after that, her getting messages, which he should have put the messages in the evidence, but that's a conversation for another day. I could talk to Montez about that later.
He right here.
I know
Yeah,
he there.
no,
I know he
I'm-
there. You hear me? No, I'm not. Like once again, I say the same thing in front of everybody. Well,
Montez,
except
you
for what I
wanna know
just did
something?
earlier. That's fucked
Montez,
up to
you
do
wanna
in
know
front of a
something?
client. My bad.
Montez,
You gotta
wanna-
apologize to your client for me, Montez.
I got you.
Montez, you-
What I'm not understanding is how you're saying we didn't prove malice when not only did we prove malice, but we proved carelessness. This nigga didn't show up. He admitted guilt. His client
Wait,
admitted
the
guilt.
thing is
Hold
he
on.
He don't have a good flight.
Okay. Still, he admitted guilt. His client, his attorney admitted guilt. He made no. This was posted, like he said, what, 10, 12, 15 days ago, something like that, and it's still up right now. That's again carelessness. He doesn't care about any of it. He's you know what I mean?
It's the thing. It's a couple things you have to prove for punitive damages, right? And this is me using my real life legal background. You have to be able to prove the client can afford it. That's the first
Okay.
thing. You haven't proved the entity that he is a business. You didn't prove that he has personal wealth. So without that, you can't get punitive damages. Not just that. That's an exceptional thing. So like malpractice of doctors, vehicle homicide. It has to be something of extreme grievance, which you could have proven that if you leaned into after he already did the first thing, he did some more things further on. That's punitive.
Yeah, but he didn't do nothing.
Okay. I get what
So
you're saying.
so you have to understand what the definition of punitive damages is in court for that to work.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all motherfuckers got me
wait,
over here making
hold
beef
on.
tips and shit.
Hold on. I gotta turn you the fuck
You just a
down.
fat ass. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
But again, how does that not? If again he's not making an effort to correct it by again leaving it up, not showing up for court, telling everybody, "Yo, I lost my court case." That's
So that was presented that wasn't presented in court. That happened to happen with it. Happenstance is not the same thing as
what
like doing it
Shanae
on
went up
purpose.
there to testify.
What did Shanae testify exactly that I'm missing?
That he admitted that he knew he was losing his court case and he's not showing up for it. That's what she said.
No, correct, right?
The only reason he said he was losing because I told him that he can't. He said he can't get in. So I was like, "There's no way for you to fight your case other than because he said he can't get in and it's super late for him." And I was like,
No. But what we're arguing is that like it being extra, not wanting to come up to court or anything like that is not doing anything personal to her. What he did was he defamed her. Anything you could prove he did more of that to her directly could be punitive. Do that make sense?
I understand that part, but correct. But I'm not understanding how not making an effort to clean it up and just
Now, but see, that's the thing. You never presented that in court. I heard all that information from your client in the background, after the case. But in the case itself, it's not for me to assume that happened. You didn't present that as a case.
So if I did present that, that would be punitive.
It would be a chance of punitive damage because you can say, hey, like your client said, even though I'm not supposed to talk about that because we're not actually role playing right now. But like your client said at the end, I overheard her say, he didn't make any effort to take it down. If you would have said that in court, that changes things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he definitely didn't. And I told that motherfucker to take it down 5 times.
That's why I downloaded it. I downloaded it as soon as I seen this shit. Like, they gonna try to take this down.
Bro, when I seen it, I was like, if you don't take this shit down, he's talking about I'm getting views. Nigga,
I know.
And his statement in admitting this guiltiness doesn't play a part in this either.
No, so he didn't admit guilt. He admits, I'm gonna lose the case. That's not saying.
No, I'm talking about Ja. Ja was fighting this whole time that this isn't him. We don't know this is him. And then in his closing statement, he said he didn't do this with intent of X, Y, and Z, indicating he did do this, but he didn't mean for it to be what it became.
Which is why you got ruled in that favor.
Yeah.
So hear me out. I was gonna rule that way before the closing statements. But he sealed that part. This is where both of y'all messed up. He didn't argue artistic expression, which that would have helped his case tremendously. He worked too hard on saying that's not my client. But if he would have argued that was not personal to her, that's just a rap song, who's to know I was actually talking about that Ashanti? No matter how popular she is, I never said I was talking about her. And then in your case, when you gave the things that she did, you need to prove it with evidence that she had those things happen. Prove her job didn't pay her this, this, and that. Prove she paid this much.
Oh, I'm glad you brought this up. And that's what I was understanding because, and I said this in court. She's an entrepreneur. She has, and she said this as well. But how can I prove that she has lost business, lost bookings because of this?
No. Don't get me wrong. She probably didn't keep her own books to show shit she did in the past, right? But how I would flip it is, I would say her followers are directly correlated with her making money.
But the thing is,
So I would have to have proof of her following before this and after this.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, what? Because she keeps saying something about her followers, but I didn't see her followers before or after the whole situation.
No, which is why I'm a little lenient. Let's be clear, it's still role play.
Yeah.
It is hard to prove that, but I'm also just saying the way the case could have been better. So in this exact case, you're right. It's impossible to prove her followers before and after, but she can show a way that having followers makes her money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she can show that this is what, or she can use it in one of the other girls. I don't have proof of my other payments, but my friend danced last week and she made this much, and I get more clients than her.
Mm.
You have to show a baseline of what you make while doing something. So even if you can't prove your own, show somebody else's. So what I would do, let's say I'm a doctor. I can't show you what I make on my paycheck, but my comrade right here, he makes this much a year. And this is how much doctors make in the state of blah, blah, blah. That's a good way to set a baseline.
Okay. I get it.
But yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I done made some beef tips, rice.
This nigga.
You a fat ass.
green beans. Bro, I'm hungry. Y'all don't know. I should have made some cornbread.
Me over here eating my beef stew while watching you guys argue with each other.
Bro, it's cause I don't know. He was making it so difficult. I talked to him one day, don't talk to him for another 3 days. It was just like, what the fuck?
But Montez, I wish what you would have done, if you couldn't do the evidence of what she make, you should have shown something about him. Like, can he afford punitive damages? Because that helps in judgments too.
Yeah, I didn't know that was taken into consideration.
It is. So if somebody has a huge following themselves, you could say he has 1 million fucking followers. So when he puts that out, it hurts more than somebody with 3 followers. You get me?
Yeah. Okay.
Or you say he owns piece of this, which he probably doesn't. And you can say like, hey, which keeps everybody from coming here. Now you did put in one of your statements from the counselor. I read that she said, I don't even want to go to show my face in piece of this because of what happened. I wish you would expounded on that too. That's punitive because now she can no longer go to piece of this in her mind.
If she would have said that, I would just call Soul up because Soul would have said it's the only reason she can't do that is because the only reason she can't come over there is because.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to introduce Soul in the middle of the court case.
Not just that. That don't matter. It's in her own brain too. Like, it doesn't matter if she's welcome. In her brain, if she feels like it's an embarrassment to show her face there now, that's her own personal feelings.
No,
but
she
he
was just there yesterday, so that would have been.
Bro, I get it, but the judge don't know that. Like, the judge don't know that, and it was already in evidence that the doctor wrote a note saying that she felt like that way. So if Montez would actually expound on it and express that, that's another thing to show continuance of pain.
Oh shit! I didn't turn the wrong light on.
But yeah, there's a lot of things in there that's like, man, you guys are right there. You got it. It's just y'all don't, you know.
How did it go?
I want to go through more defamation cases.
We won everything besides the punitive.
Punitive.
The 4 million. They didn't win the 4 million.
I think it was like 470K.
Argue that too, because I didn't see no medical documents, none of that.
It's a little ways away from 4 million.
I know.
Miles.
I know.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. 4 million ain't crazy if you can show he can afford it.
Yeah, and he can't afford it.
And if he can, that's a thing Montez has to prove.
No, he cannot afford it.
Oh, he cannot afford it. Okay.
Hell no.
He can't even afford the $475K.
Wait. So how are you expecting to get your money, Montez?
Miles' superpowers, or I don't know if it's just Miles or if it's just it's any judge.
No, it's all judges.
So that happens in the city sometimes, where the government is willing to pay if somebody can afford something.
No. We can make his account go negative. We can just take it from him.
Oh, he'll kill himself.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's
the same thing if I said he had a negative $5 million in his account.
I was like, no.
Don't get me wrong. Based off the evidence, I was willing to award maybe 1.5 in punitive, but you showed nothing to show 4 million.
Yeah, 4 million was crazy.
Not necessarily. Not if he.
That's crazy.
She going off of last season. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, she was going off at the end of last season when people had money and the economy was way different.
Well, my job was just to bring the number, and like Wak said, if he, doesn't feel like 4 million, then okay, just give me what you know what I mean. So that's yeah. That was my goal. I knew we couldn't get the full 5 because ain't a lot of niggas with that much money. So
this is true.
And you didn't spend enough time proving punitive damages. When you know that's your crown and jewel, you should spend at least like 20% of your time proving that.
How long was the case tonight?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, it's probably the quickest case so far.
Not bad.
No,
and it wasn't
for 40 minutes.
Along. Y'all gotta stop talking to each other. Court, you only speak to the court, meaning the judge.
Yeah.
Why are y'all talking to each other?
Yeah, so it's
fucking hard headed.
Oh my god.
But that's just.
I tried, and I apologize.
No. In real life, I don't give a fuck. But as my role play character.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck in real life.
45 minutes. You about to give a fuck in a minute. Had to hurry up and hit that mute button.
Yeah, but it's a chance that depending on the judge, not me as a judge though, you can actually get kicked out or have your whole case thrown out from arguing with each other like that.
Yeah. And I felt like you were kind of like starting to enter that territory. That's why I was like, all right, let me really back in a little bit.
No, but you can argue to the court. You guys don't say like, you just say you and talk to them. You can say like I feel like, and then say their name, but say it like third person. Don't say it to them.
Yeah.
That you can have that same conversation, just not directly with them.
Nah, for sure. And I know that, but like he said, me and Ja just have this thing. Like we just fucking.
Yeah, so like I did that for like my charge. Like outside, I don't even give a fuck. But I just
Same.
The charge.
Same. And it's good. You know what I mean? It's good rolling on your wrist.
All right, who got what's name? Because I'm trying to play a couple games of it.
What?
West Hunt.
I was thinking about that today.
Give me a second.
You need to be trying to play. It's my birthday.
I mean,
happy
I just
birthday.
got back from dinner. We had a nice little dinner, some drinks, some chilling. I got to work in the morning, so I'm like,
Wait,
Sean,
y'all
can't
actually
get
trying to
too
play
lit.
some games together? We should play The Escapist and all
What is-
seriousness.
what is that?
The Escapist?
Yeah.
Basically, it's a game where we basically try to like break out of whatever prison or holding that we're in and see who could do it either quicker, better, and who get caught and beat the fuck up by PD more.
But wait.
Yeah, it's an
I
escape
know I won, but can I still file an appeal to a higher judge?
For
On what grounds though? Keep that in mind.
I'd have to look that up. So you're saying there's a chance if I can find it?
It's just two things you have to have in mind. You did win, and so you have to have a legit reason, and then you have to have the grounds that your reason is valid.
Like some of the evidence I was missing. I can just present some new evidence.
Yeah, but you don't want to be incompetent too. It's a difference. Like when you present it, you have to present it like this is what this guy has done and why this case should be open again. Not this is what I missed before because I'm a shitty lawyer.
All right, now you're putting
It's a
words in my
difference.
mouth.
No, not literally, bro. I'm not really saying that.
I know.
But
I'm
saying that's
talking
what
shit.
it looks
I'm
like
just
when you
talking
write it up.
No, you can really say that.
Aren't you 0-1 versus me? Oh, okay.
Excuse me?
The whole Johnson family 0-1 against me. Johnson's
First
are
of all,
0-2
Johnson
against
family is crazy.
Ellison's.
Secondly, I just had a bad witness. Outside of that witness, it was over for you. Thirdly, shut the fuck up.